Welcome to another edition of XFeed. Yes, that's right. We're coming at you with another weekend episode. I'm not going to call it an emergency because yesterday felt like an actual emergency and it's kind of just like led into today. So we're going to go over a ton of different takes on the timeline, how the narratives are playing a huge part, and I think it really depends on who you're following, what you're listening to. We're going to give prime examples over all of that. If this is your first time tuning in, what's up? My name is The Schiller. I've been talking about NFTs and been in the space for 3 to 4 years. Started with NBA Top Shot when a friend was like, yo, you should look at this thing that's new. It's involved with the blockchain space and it's licensed by the NBA. That went crazy. The world started talking about it, and then we just kind of continued along with the ride, and we are now here, and it's awesome. It's really fun to be able to log in every single day, hang out with you guys, see the different takes on the timeline and all the other jazz. So if you haven't seen, yeah, we're like really back. Holy smokes. Certain collections up all the way up like 300%. Bored Ape Kennel Club, I don't, why is this up this much? I have no idea. I really could not even remotely begin to tell you, and I feel like I need to make this webcam zoomed in a little more. Is that better? Is that worse? No, that's hold on. We're gonna figure it out. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll sit back a little bit. Yo, hell yeah. So again, like for Bored Ape Kennel Club, the utility, right? If we're talking about the utility on these things, it was my man Rodney Mullins. Long time no see, brother. How we doing? It was supposed to be used for the heavy metal game that you ended up kind of dumping to the side. Bored Ape Kennel Club can be used in the ape staking, which will show some crazy numbers of what people are earning off of that. But again, when you just look at the space as a whole, almost every single notable collection is moving. We've had people comment about them sweeping unmoved collections just because they think that they're going to catch a bid. I really don't think that there's a lot of realization of why people are buying other than the market going up. And this is where we get into a weird spot where I think that if you are paying attention, if you're trying to educate yourself, if you're staying with an open mind, there's still a whole lot of room to actually have like a solid thesis instead of just saying, yeah, like getting into this because X, Y, and Z and the numbers going up. Yo, Rich buddy, what's going on? That's interesting. I spent a lot on those stupid monkeys. I haven't forgot the name. Oh yeah, Jungle Freaks. Yo, Jungle Freaks. Oh, you just brought back like insane memories. I'm trying to remember. The collection sounds familiar. There was a couple ones that came around and they got like a ton of bids, like Galactic Apes, something along those lines. And then like they reached like an ETH, and then all of a sudden like the founder and the team died. It wasn't Jungle Freaks. I remember that one. But Rich, yo, what's going on? Hopefully your day is going all right. But again, the whole market is just going absolutely crazy. So let's sit back, relax, have some fun. And if you guys have any thoughts, perspectives, and insights, I'd love to hear from you. Okay, Hunter Horsley back on November 8th, so a month ago, saying, I suspect NFTs will be back in bloom in 2025. And then quote tweeting as of yesterday, why people are going to want to display wealth and join exclusive communities. It's fun and a tale as old as time. Now, again, like the community thing is like kind of like 50-50. If you want like access, right? Like the worst thing that's going to happen with the NFT market coming back is people doing alpha groups. Oh my God. Hopefully that doesn't end up happening too much, but I think that there is a point to like certain exclusive communities, like in a certain way, but like not for like the higher price points. I don't know if the value is really there. The display of wealth, I totally agree with. We've been talking about digital identities, just showing off in general, right? Like this has been something that we've joked about before, and it's when the prices were down, nobody really cared about it. When the prices are up, everybody cares. Yo, T-Doge, what's going on? How we doing? Yo, you got the dot root out there. Love to see it. And so this was yesterday. Hunter is showcasing. Just want to make sure this is yesterday. Yeah, this is yesterday at like 1:18 a.m. where, you're looking at like Bored Apes at like 68,000. And today, if we go to collections and look at Bored Apes, I'm going to have to go through this. No, I don't want to buy that. I couldn't buy it if I wanted to. We go to OpenSea. Uno momento, por favor. We're going all the way around. All the way around. It's going to be a home run. 86,000, right? So from the what were we just looking at? Hold on. We're going to go all the way back to the tweet now. Goodness gracious. So Bored Ape 68K to 86. And like, we're talking in like a 24-hour time span, which is insane. And we can go down the list and there's a whole bunch of other ones. And today, like specifically, collections have moved like 50 to 70% on a ton of them. And it's like, why? Why? Is it just like liquidity's flying within the space and people are feeling comfortable with it? X is talking about it, similar to how the timeline's really shaped different metas that we've had because everybody's talking about it. Jedi Wolf saying prediction, Yuga Labs acquiring 420 punks from Larva Labs in 2020 will go down as one of the best acquisitions in crypto history. And Frank saying end 1,085 V1 punks. So way back in the day, they launched CryptoPunks. It was like, oh, hold on, we messed up. We want to do like a second variation of it. And so now they're just like the crypto punks that you all know. And then there's like V1 punks that people are buying, trying to create the narrative. And I mean, like it is factually the first collection out there. But I mean, I guess like the utility or the recognition seems to be mainly on the second ones. But still, that's a lot of capital to be able to sell off if those V1s still have a bid, which I'm pretty sure they do. Like if we go like CryptoPunks V1. Is that like on here? V2 wrap CryptoPunks. Yeah, I don't even know if Blur has to do this. I don't want to do it all in this all right here, but you get the idea. And so, is that going to be a huge part? Maybe. But that's what we're seeing the NFTs as a whole. It's moving. Jungle Freak's worth a lot, and then the founder was found to be a racist artist for Hustler Mag in the 70s, and then they crashed. I feel like that happened to some other like coin yesterday. It's like meow. I was like, oh god, here we go again. Collector Crypt highlighting that the Pudgy Penguins real world asset trading cards, they have them for sale that are signed by the artist on their site. One thing that's notable about this, and I want to kind of compare it to what's going on with some of the collections around Bored Apes. And if you've not seen, basically there's a ton of people within the Bored Ape community that have gone out and created businesses around their apes, right? Whether it be on beer cans, whether it be merchandise, whether it be goodies, whether it be whatever. And you have kind of this bigger grassroots movement that, okay, you're not really relying on solely Yuga Labs and Bored Apes to do something. You have a lot of these side entrepreneurs that are going out to create something of value for that brand itself. And so Vibes TCG is doing that for Pudgy Penguins, and I've noticed a Collector Crypt. We've noticed BZ as well. We've noticed a couple different platforms that are out there and highlighting these cards beyond just your traditional NFT collector. So I think it'll be interesting to see how these are well received. And from what we've noticed and seen on the timeline, there's a lot of interest in them. And does that spur other people to really go out and create card collections? We've seen that from Chimpers as well. But we kind of go down the list. What are you holding right now? I'm really big into like the Featureverse ecosystem, Blue. And I think that the XRP awareness is going to trickle down into that ecosystem because a lot of people aren't really familiar what's going on in that front. But sticking with the Pudgy Penguin theme for a second, for their GIF views, it's actually nuts. They've more than doubled what's been going on with the one and only Star Wars, ba-na-na-na-na, ba-na-na-na-na, ba-na-na-na, 34 billion GIF views to the 13 billion of Star Wars. And Pudgy Penguins have been out for how many years comparative to Star Wars? That's nuts. That's nuts. Okay, so at the beginning of the stream, we talked about collections that have not moved whatsoever yet. Now, I want to bring up In-Betweeners because we've highlighted it here and there, and if you don't know what In-Betweeners are, this is an artist that's worked with Justin Bieber before, and that was kind of a big narrative at a point. Justin Bieber actually had that as his profile picture on X, creator of like this bear character. During the bear market, pun intended, they decided they were going to completely pivot and go into doing a meme coin of sorts. Why? I couldn't tell you. I could not tell you, but let's go and look and see if these got a bump with the market or not, because I'm super curious. So 0.049, I am going to say these have not been touched whatsoever. You can see like generally for the interest, it's been rather low, but going for like $150 right now. I'm not like advocating for it, but again, kind of the notion of people are just going out there and buying random NFTs. We'll find a narrative, see if it ends up getting sticky. So Camel made this post the other day, and it was essentially just recognize the people that built through the bear, right? So Azuki kept building, Doodles kept building, Pudgy, Yuga, Sugar Towns, Claynosaurus, Pyre Nation, Ember, blah, blah, blah. And then the entire comment section is everybody just like talking about their bags. Guys, I promise I didn't leave your bags off on purpose. I made this in the bathroom. To re-highlight the point, people are obsessed. And I truly fundamentally believe that there has been a lack of awareness from people regarding the NFT space. How many people got into NFTs and virtually stayed within that? Maybe they dabbled into crypto a lot, maybe a little. But I think a good sized portion have only really known, if I sell one NFT, I go to another one, maybe I hold a bit of ETH or whatever the NFT currency is, because now we have more chains. We got Ronin, Mutable, but Immutable uses ETH, right? So we go around this list, and I really think that it's going to be a smack in the face for people once they realize that a lot of these people are just going to hold this forever. Justin Trimble, this is a phenomenal post. Phenomenal post. Digital assets are the future. And then we have this lady who quoted a selfie saying, off to work so my kids can buy new clothes for their characters on a video game. Listen, younger generation very much cares about how they are looking in these different games. I think it's really weird for people that aren't gamers or aware of that, but this is super accurate and kind of hilarious. So we talk about the rally, and I think a lot of people forget. I mean, if you have a couple of apes as an example, I mean, this person's making like almost 10,000 US dollars a month off the ape coin staking. And there's a lot of different NFTs that are out there. And we'll get into some other kind of hot takes in the timeline. But if you don't know these things, if you're not aware of them, you're like, I didn't know all these people are coming in with that much liquidity and they can do and buy whatever the hell they want. Wait, what's going on? Bear Snake, Rooneyverse game, global launch coming, Ronin, Q1. Everybody's talking about the gaming bull run. Absolutely not even close to happening yet. And that could change if some of these games launch and it does get the traction. I've tried the Rooneyverse game. I do like it. I'm curious how it gets received on a bigger scale, to be totally honest. And same with Readyverse for Open. We have that coming in like 4 days. What other games are out there? Treeverse. Actually, I haven't heard that much about Treeverse, but I've seen some videos like a month ago, but it's been kind of quiet. I bold posted BAYC, MAYC, APE, and XRP throughout the bear market. Don't tell me about conviction. Stamped. Bear markets is where legends are made. Just going back to the narrative post, everybody's going to have different takes. Some of them are going to be bang on. Some of them are going to be god awful. We'll get to that in a little bit. Okay, so speaking of god awful and revolving around these narratives, so imagine you're somebody who only watches TikTok, because again, think of the NFT collections. People are maxis in whatever they hold. Crypto, people are maxis in whatever they hold. Social media, people are maxis in whatever they do. If they're always on Instagram, they're always on Instagram. If they're on TikTok, they're going to be scrolling TikTok all the time, okay? And on this TikTok video, somebody put that USDT, the stable coin USDT, is going to $5. Kated. Nah, that's crazy. And I mean, XRP at 200, do you know how insane of a market cap that would be? And like all these, like ETH is actually like doable. BTC, obviously doable. But there's just like ridiculousness in here. Ridiculousness. Oh, Tattoo World, what's going on? We have minting date fam. We'll announce soon. Hell yeah. Yo, excited to see it. Excited to see it. Hope it goes smoothly. Was there any hiccups or were you just kind of waiting for the market to look a little bit juicier? I know Roots... the building around Root, I've seen that like for Tradeverse saying that like for RNS, they were having to wait for some like certain palette to be activated. I'm not sure how it works for all the different collections, but good to see. So back to the narrative portion that like has to be factual, right? You can't just create a narrative and it not be factual in any kind of way. 710 makes a phenomenal post here regarding the Ethereum name service. And basically, for anybody that doesn't know what ENS is, if you try to transfer crypto somewhere, you have like your long stringy bunch of numbers, letters, yada, yada, for your address. However, if you go to Ethereum name service, you are able to get like Schiller.eth as an example. And so instead of having to copy and paste somebody, they could just be like, all right, I'm just going to type in Schiller.eth and send you. That's not my Ethereum name, by the way. Don't ever listen. Nope. That's not me, by the way. Just use that as an example. But ENS is probably the most straightforward utility and flex NFT if you are bullish on Ethereum. Good distinction, bullish on Ethereum, because again, everybody is maxis. Predates CryptoPunks. ENS acts as your crypto telephone number or email address. When it comes to ENS grails, meaning just the most valuable ones or ones that people recognize, a 3-digit ENS reigns supreme as a category. So if you have like LOL.eth, that's a grail. Lol. 99 supply equals rare. 3 digits equal shortest length possible. Digits equal numbers are universal across languages. Domains and license plate of similar nature sell in the hundreds of thousands to millions. It's only a matter of time. So this is when people are like, yo, have you ever looked at Saudi Arabia and people have license plate that's like their name and they spend $1 million on it. And I'm like, okay, like, that might be like a very, very, very niche specific reference, but fair enough. Fair enough. And Quan saying here, NFTs are pumping with zero catalyst. Guys, I like legitimately, there is almost no reason. There's not announcements from any of these things. Talking with people on the timeline and seeing takes, you can tell that nobody has any idea what's like going on. They're just buying because other people are buying. There's no announcements on anything and there's no airdrops. Like even the OpenSea token that we're talking about and we're speculating, we don't know. Is it going to be like Blur where you have to like farm it for an entire year? And if it is, well, okay, some of the bullish catalyst is gone. And then maybe Magic Eden takes some cake because they're launching their TGE on the 10th. More on that soon. So Deadfellas launched their 21 of ones. And I have brought up Deadfellas a fair bit lately. And that's just because I really think this is cool what they're doing. Having notable artists doing their own style of a certain collection that's out there. And honestly, I wish more people would end up doing this. So just kind of a quick scroll through what some of the different avatars look like. And, you know, I think they're each kind of a different vibe. And you can tell they're definitely done by different artists, but kind of in the same tone as Dead Fellas. Picked up a few genuine undead, says TMA. So I got to be honest with you. I don't really have ever understood genuine undead other than it's like a pixelated PFP. So let's go and see what we can learn. Okay, it can't be reached. All right, so their Linktree site doesn't work. What are we doing, brother? What are we doing? Listen, always check your links. Make sure they're good. That's your PSA. Maybe we would have bought a genuine undead today if we were sold, but the website doesn't work. That's tough. Dingaling. Oh, they want our JPEGs again. You guys know who Dingaling is, right? So this is... There's been rumors that he's linked. He's like the side partner to CZ at Binance. I don't know how much weight we put into it, but this guy used to go out and buy like first serial Top Shot moments, never sold anything. Used to sweep NFT collections galore, never sold anything unless there was like a big mess up from a team, publicly outed them, shamed them, sold. Love to see it. But look, we got some whales, and people I think forget how many people are lurking in the shadows. And speaking of whales, Thor from the Spirit DAO. These things have gone for a lot of money. I'll get to that in a second. We talked about the emblems yesterday, and I made the comment of, you know, if you're new to the space, you have a little bit of money you want to spend, maybe you're like, yo, I love these Azukis. Is it super obvious how the emblem works for getting points for the anime token? That's coming up too. But this person is rank number 3. So that could be a crazy airdrop. They got multiple spirits, some of the top dogs, and a whole bunch of badges. It's kind of cool. It's like Pokemon 2.0, but like it costs a lot. And this is what Cool Cats costed a lot. So they had a bunch of different collections that had tiers in the background that was used for the milk token. Now the milk token went to the side, but at one point, the rarest ones, which my face is in the way, so uno momento, they were going for 50 ETH or almost $200,000. $200,000 just based off the speculation. The Cool Cats were going to get mass adoption. The milk token was going to do well, and there wasn't as much saturation in the space as well. Now, this is just bringing up the fact that we've seen craziness within the NFT market, and we're starting to see it again. 1K, massive ape holder. I mean, these are almost 100K right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a milli. We go down again. There's 2. Listen, we got like over 2 million of apes just alone. We highlighted that one individual that was staking earning like 10,000 a month. Like this collection's got to be much bigger than that. So again, the people that you're talking to on the timeline are whales some of the time. Okay, what is this? Is this some catalyst coming to the NFT marketplace as well? That AI bot on the timeline again saying Blur about to enable fee switch while trading at $1 billion market cap. 24-hour volume hitting 229 million with 4.3% uptick. Structural changes incoming as OpenSea and Magic Eden prep for TGE. So with the Blur fee going on, do people then get pushed away from Blur? Does the token for Blur do well, and the people that have been mass accumulating that decide to start sweeping NFTs on Blur again? What exactly does this mean? I don't really have a take. Listen, I'm sorry, but that's it's interesting that all these marketplaces are vying for different market share, though, and we'll see who comes up with it. So I tweeted this earlier today. While we're all bullish as hell, there's a throwback to the Bahamian government doing a national address regarding the SBF debacle back in 2022. Now, I've watched this, and I say like way too many times, so we're not going to go over it. But if you want to watch I do have the video linked below of what the full presentation looked like when the world came crashing down around crypto, FTX, SBF specifically, and the Bahama government came out and made like an actual address of it. It is hilarious to go back and watch that. Yo, Momenta, good morning, good morning. Hope you have a phenomenal, Hope you have a phenomenal day. It's already great. Drew. So Hemdog saying, why I just sweat more cool cats. NFT season heating up. Okay, that's one. And this, listen, we're going to preface this, right? We're making the narrative. You and I, we're making the narrative here. So this is the thesis of why Hemdog is buying cool cats. So NFT season is heating up. Okay, Truey. An OG in the space who have stayed around and kept building. Truey. BAYC and other blue chip whales have been sweeping. Maybe true. I have no idea. We'll just say Truey. New holders entering the space. Do we know that for sure? How I feel like most of what I've seen on my timeline is like people that have been in the space for a while and they're just comfortable again with buying. I don't know if it's like actually new holders. I mean, it's new holders potentially that are in like other collections or in crypto, but I don't know if it's like brand new people off the street. You know what I mean? And we like the cats. Okay, fair enough. Now, there's no mention of Futureverse, right? It's like own cool cats now. That have all the funding, that are partnered with Ripple, and all this kind of stuff, right? There's so many things, and unless you know behind the scenes of what's going on, that we just kind of have these, like, basic takes of new people are in the space, whales are sweeping, and it's NFT season. If that's what it takes, listen, I'm not complaining. Nate Alex, I heard NFTs were back. Anyone want to pay 100 ETH for this guy yet? Whew. So we highlighted the Azuki collection a momento ago, right? And they did a companion collection at a point called Beans. And there was, I want to say this is like the number 2 or number 1 ranked beans, and people love the beans. I actually thought about buying one at a point. And they were going for crazy. And so I guess Nate Alex paid 100 ETH for one. And this is without any kind of like speculation of what they were going to do. This is just, we want it for the status. And then Azuki went out and they dropped Azuki Elementals and replaced what was thought to be like their second companion collection with those Azuki Elementals, and Beans just completely fell off the earth. And you feel bad for the people that spent 100 ETH. True. We got XRP, 400% pump in a month before ETH. I don't know how much longer I can cope. Okay. It is crazy when you look at it from that perspective that XRP has gone on a monstrous run. And we're supposed to find news about their stablecoin on the 4th, if I do believe. And Magic Eden, as we mentioned before, token generating event coming on the 10th. Is that going to go into NFTs? Is that going to go into something else? Who's going to be able to craft the narrative and get the attention while all the liquidity is flying within the space? Somebody bought a little Pudgy, the Pudgy Penguins companion collection for 17 ETH. This is just funny as hell. Yo, Andy Ritchie coming back through day number 2. What an absolute legend. How are we doing? I don't know if we call this like Treebeard for Lord of the Rings. I don't know if we just say, okay, that's like a funny, cute penguin. I'm trying to think if you just remove the tree, right? And you just like only look at the face of this thing. I feel like that's just hilarious as a sticker itself. But somebody paid 17 ETH for it, and it's a second rarity. Nuts. So Wapewood saying eventually these XRP bros will come play the AI, meme, DeFi, NFT game with us. That's all. Sorry. And that's where we take it all. And so I commented all in the Root Network because I don't think Apewood has any idea of what's going on here. You know what I mean? I feel like people are making all these comments and things, and it's like, okay, so we're thinking that XRP people are going to like do stuff that's not involving XRP. That's crazy talk, right? The people that are in Ethereum are going to do stuff on Ethereum. Are they going to go and switch all these chains? No, it's not going to happen like that, but very few people are out there doing research right now. What are we doing? How we doing, man? Yo, good. Day number 336 for me. Yo, this man's absolutely cooking. Yo, Pickle. What's going on? Long time no see. Hope business is well. XRP is all what my 20-year-old nephews were raving about and were calling me a fish because I'm not down with it. I mean, so I think it comes down to like a narratives of a lot of things, right? Where we were used to using a lot of these ecosystems where, I don't know if it's like the government connection that people like and feel safe with the XRP, the fact that every exchange has it, the fact that it's like top 5, which it did flip Sol today. For anybody that doesn't know, And yeah, I mean, I've talked to a few people and they're absolutely obsessed with XRP. And do we want to go against retail? I don't know. And granted, I know we are retail as well. So to break this down a little bit more, I'm seeing some interesting things on the timeline, and I would love for you guys to weigh in on this. I really would, because if I'm ever wrong, I'm happy to be wrong. All like genuinely. So Built by Francis says, controversial take, it's too early for NFTs and prices will go back down after a short hype cycle. So I'm like, okay, what? And then Trayvon says, you're correct. And Built by Francis says, not enough money in the system, methinks. I'm like, okay, but my comment to it was like, well, didn't we just add $1 trillion to the market cap in 30 days? Seems like plenty. And this is obviously, we're solely talking about crypto here, right? And NFTs are kind of a part of that. But again, the majority of that capital has gone into just like the crypto market as a whole. And so the Trayvon guy was like, okay, bro doesn't know liquidity. And I was like, okay. And then we got a response, and this is kind of the back and forth. He says, that money is sloshing about. It will flow out just as fast as it came in to NFTs. There are no new buyers yet, in my opinion, which is funny because we just saw somebody crafting the narrative around Cool Cats that there's new entrants in the ecosystem. And I'm like, I don't know about that. So I kind of agree with like, there's no new entrants, but like there is a lot of new buyers. Like if you're not following people in these different ecosystems that are in a whole bunch of them and they're posting of, hey, like I just got in this community, I've waited to get in, like people feel very, very confident. So my response to this was, I get your thought, but are you ignoring that Magic Eden is launching their token generating event in 10 days? Massive stimulus. OpenSea is allegedly having a token drop as well. Massive stimulus. Abstract Chain is doing the same. Massive stimulus. And I mean, I forgot to mention, but like Anime Coin, that's going to be another one. Massive stimulus. And then so I went and I looked at like some of the market caps. There's like 300 plus crypto coins that have like a 300 million market cap. And there's 5. There's 5 NFT collections that have that high when we're comparing the two. And I could be completely wrong, but I just don't see NFTs falling off a cliff with so much stimulus going straight into those holders. And then you're saying, yeah, I don't think they fall off a cliff, but I don't think this is really the revival. Guys, we've had like 4 years of down only in NFTs, and we don't have the massive leverage that people are talking about as much, except for like maybe 2 to 3 collections. We have people that are out there feeling confident with buying again. We're going into an administration that is like pro-crypto, and we're having all this stimulus in the month of December. Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm going on the timeline. I mean, I know what they said is a controversial opinion, but I'm like, some of these takes I just see, I'm like, I don't get it. Maybe I'm totally wrong, but like, there's so many things that are happening that just, it doesn't make sense to me. Why we would go to 0 after we were at 0 for 4 years. True. Okay. Captain McDonald, people in the Futureverse ecosystem, we have always strived to make make good on things in our own way at Futureverse. Few more little surprises this week for the faithful. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Excited to see what in the hell that is. And so Spirit DAO, I should say, is one of the DAOs. And we have not talked about DAOs whatsoever. We brought it up briefly here and there where, you know, most of these DAOs don't really work the way that you think. True. But Azuki, these Spirit DAOs members spent how much again? So back when NFTs were crazy, somebody spent 420.7 ETH, 288, and 275. Now, more recently, 70 ETH, 100 ETH, 90 ETH. People in the Spirit DAO are whales. And they made a comment 20 hours ago saying it's time to pay attention to Azuki. Now, is this shilling the bags? Is this inferring that they might be going out on a little sweepy sweep? Do not fade the whales. Now, the other day, we posted about the Genesis OpenSea collector's item, and they were selling for $21. And now they're at 110. But let's go and see actually what they're at here, because it could be a total fish. Remember, I bought 2 of these things on the hope that, okay, these are going to be multipliers of some sort. And we are sitting at from 110. We are right back there. True. So they're still at 110. We saw a little bit of an influx where I think these hit 0.04. A lot of people on the timeline saying that they sold theirs. The only reason that I ended up buying them is because I remember way back in like 21 and 22, like we were fiendish on OpenSea buying. And so if there is a multiplier of some sort on these tokens, it's like, Maybe it's worth the risky biscuit to try and try and see. But a lot of people have sold it, and I think that people were able to claim those. If you were a part of it, there was still, I think, like 50,000 or something that didn't get claimed. But for those people that potentially get some kind of multiplier, if that is the case, on the retroactive rewards, all the speculation is around that. So it's very to a special group. But anyway, I have no idea if we're going to stream tomorrow. I feel like the past 2 days, we've had all the announcements, all the happenings. Tomorrow, I feel like we're gassed out, right? Like, I didn't expect to wake up and have, like, every NFT up, like, 50 to 100% today. I really didn't. So is tomorrow going to suck? We'll kind of play the market by ear. We might be live. We might not. Of course, if you're wanting more content like this, we do go live every single day from Monday to Friday typically, and that is available on the live stream on YouTube. If you're on Twitch, you can see it there as well. And if you're wanting more of a focus on real-world assets, I do the RWA Segments podcast. That's in the description on YouTube or on my link on X. If you check on my bio, there's like a link tree, and it's in there. We got a banger episode coming up on Tuesday. I talk with the guy behind the Rolling Loud Punks. It's lifetime access to Rolling Loud. If you like hip hop, you like going to events around the world, lifetime access. It's a really, really cool story. We have a whole bunch of other ones, including stories and interviews with the Pudgy Penguins Vibes creator, the TCG Spencer. You might follow him. It's kind of like a KOL on the timeline, but he's been doing that. It's great. It's insightful. And I hope you guys found some insight from today's stream. But that's going to be it for me. Thank you so much for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your week. And we'll maybe see you tomorrow. And if not, on Tuesday. Peace.